From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, it's the routine weekly briefing, your Monday morning edition. Routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina. Today's briefing covers the period today through Sunday this week through the 28th of March. Let's go ahead and jump right into things. This is the way things are set up right now. We've got basically high pressure nosing down from the north. We've got low pressure off the coast, stationary boundary just off the east coast. Nevertheless, we're on the dry side of this system, so dry weather today and Tuesday with near normal temperatures. And in case you're wondering what is normal for this time of year, it's mid-60s for highs and lower 40s for lows. And once that whole pattern shifts a little bit, we'll get some light showers trying to move across during the midweek period, but generally low impact. So what do we mean by midweek? Maybe late, like Tuesday night through Wednesday, maybe into early Thursday. So just a few passing showers, nothing to be, overly concerned about. And then you'll notice in the late week period down in the lower left, what is that approaching us from the west? That's a cold front. So anytime we have a cold front in the spring season, that could give us a chance for some heavier rain showers, maybe even some thunderstorms with the passage of that front. Now, that'll be either late Thursday or early Friday. Right now, however, the severe threat with this particular frontal passage and this particular weather event looks pretty low. It doesn't look like things are lining up like they did last week for the severe weather that we had. So right now, we're going to say the severe threat with this looks low. But obviously, anytime during the spring season, we always have to be on guard because, it's warming up ahead of these fronts, and generally it's a, fairly active time of the year. So we'll be keeping a close eye on it. We'll bring you updates this week if needed. If things look like it's going to turn more of a severe weather threat, we will let you know as we head through the week. But right now, it doesn't look like anything close to what we had last week, okay? And then finally, some additional light rain is possible this weekend as yet another front tries to make a run at the east coast. Looks like the bulk of that rain stays off the coast. And then behind that front, it turns quite a bit cooler. So we may see a little bit of an unseasonably cool period behind that front very late in the weekend. All right. So all in all, I would say generally speaking, a little bit wetter of a week than we've had. Perhaps a little bit lesser of a severe weather threat than last week. And all in all, not too bad. In terms of how much rain, maybe a quarter inch or less during that midweek period, so really light rain. And then that heavier rain showers during the late week period could give us up to an inch in spots. Probably not widespread 1 inch rainfalls, but, depending on where the heavier downpours occur. And then that secondary round of rain this weekend will give us amounts generally 1/2 inch or less. And now there'll be heavier amounts, but that'll be mainly closer to the coast. So by the time we do this weekly briefing by next Monday, we'll probably have had anywhere from 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain. Okay, so that's not too bad, I guess. Probably fairly close to a normal weekly rainfall amount for this time of year. All right, so what about the flash flood risk? No flash flood concerns the next 3 days. What about the severe thunderstorm potential the next 3 days? Well, right at the time now, we're not expecting any thunderstorms for that matter the next 3 days. Okay, beyond the 3 days, again, we're keeping an eye on things for that frontal passage late in the week. But right now, we don't foresee any risk of anything like we had last week. Okay, and then looking for next week, you'll see those below normal temperatures favored across the deep south, lower Mississippi, and southern plains. Some of that may edge into North Carolina. We'll see. And generally drier, below normal rainfall is favored for that time period. Okay, so I guess we'll take that. So wrapping it up, dry today and Tuesday with near normal temps. Again, mid-60s for highs, lower 40s for lows is pretty close, is about what normal would be. Few light rain showers during the midweek period, generally low amounts and low impact. Chance for some heavier showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two late in the week, like we're talking late Thursday or early Friday. Additional light rain possible this weekend, turning a bit cooler. We could see up to 1.5 inches of rain by the time 7 days passes. That won't be widespread. That'll be in spots. So anywhere from 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain next 7 days. Right now, that severe threat, right now the severe threat, I should say, with the weather late this week looks pretty low. But we'll be keeping an eye on it, and we'll bring you updates this week if needed. Okay? Nevertheless, whenever there's rain in the forecast, it's always worth reminding everyone to just simply slow down on wet roads to avoid hydroplaning. So, anytime it rains, there's possible impacts, and that being hydroplaning. Okay? So always slow down on wet roads. All right? So again, one last time. If we see some thunderstorms late this week, right now it's not looking too terribly bad, but we'll be keeping an eye on things, and if things turn more in the severe way, we'll let you know as we head through the week. Okay? Otherwise, if things stay the way we have it here laid out on this slide, our next live webinar will be Thursday at 11:30, our routine, regularly scheduled Thursday update. Okay? So with that, thank you for joining this morning. Much appreciated for your Monday morning brief.